Okay, so today we're talking about, I've mentioned this one like 30 times now at this point in this month. We're talking about why I prefer single-player games over multiplayer games these days. We're going to take a trip back to the past real quick to a game called Overwatch, because that was sort of the last multiplayer game I played. If you watch the video on my MMO days, that was like the heyday of me playing multiplayer games, and I played a lot of them. I played a lot of MMOs, I played a lot of online games in general, TF2, the like, which evolved into Overwatch. That obsession, anyway. And mostly the reason that I'm not playing multiplayer games that often anymore is twofold. Well, threefold. Three reasons. The first one is just that most of my friends that I play like multiplayer games with have transitioned to like tabletop games mostly, which you can play online, but they're much better in person. And I don't have as many online friends anymore. I used to in my MMO days. I had a bunch of online friends because of guilds and stuff. Second reason is mostly just a time thing, like a time sink. Multiplayer games take so much time out of you, and back in the day when I was in school, I had a lot more free time to play games, especially multiplayer games, and I could justify that by just, you know, playing them all day. You good? The third reason is it ties into the time thing as well, but it's mostly like a sense of accomplishment, which I crave in games. And you usually don't get that in a multiplayer game, because most of the time, multiplayer games, MMOs, whatever the case may be, they don't end. They are based on the fact that you're going to want to keep coming back to just play more, whether that be to upgrade your gear or to complete all of the like raids, or, you know, just get better or whatever. They're hinging on that you're going to want to come back for more and play with your friends and do all this shit. And that just, it doesn't give me the same sense of accomplishment that seeing the credits roll on a long single-player game gives me. And that's really the crux of my transition. That and the time thing is the crux of my transition from playing basically all multiplayer games to basically playing all single-player games, is now I have a lot more fun buying a single-player game and just doing it in a weekend, just banging it out in a weekend, taking work off for the weekend, or making sure that I don't have to work for that weekend, and just playing it. I did that with God of War, I did that with Detroit, I did that with Spider-Man, that's just this year. I did a similar thing for Horizon. I missed a deadline when I was playing Horizon, but, you know, we don't talk about that. Horizon was actually the first one that got me to realize that I need to prepare for a game, because that's another thing that I have, is I get really sucked into a world when I'm playing a game, and I can't take myself away from it, especially if it's a new experience and it's very narratively driven and it's like new to me. Pokemon just came out, Pokemon Let's Go, and I've been playing that, but because it's a really chill, just like Pokemon game, and it's a remake of a game I've already played like 40 times over, I'm not like fiending to play it every second of the day. I can take a break and be fine. Yeah, something with Horizon, like I would play that I would literally wake up, play it, eat, go to sleep, just all day. And most of that was just so that I can get it out of the way so it doesn't distract me from work, which it has in the past. So yeah. And with a multiplayer game, that'll never end. And if it's a multiplayer game that sucks me in the same amount as a single-player game, we got a problem on our hands, because I literally won't stop. Some might say that's a problem I should work on. I feel like I've found a solution. Maybe you don't. Are you a therapist? Tell me. So yeah, that is the fabled reason why I don't really play multiplayer games anymore. It's mostly a time thing. It's also just a pivot of priorities, if you will. And that's about it. I like single-player games. They're a lot more fulfilling than multiplayer games at the end of the day. So yeah, thanks for watching this very cat-filled episode of No Break November. Pietro was getting into the sink like a bad baby boy. Watch the video next to me, and I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Bye.